Elizabeth Holmes, trial update, will she survive it? We can all be desperate to reach the top sometimes, but promising to save lives while endangering innocent lives is no mere atrocity. Theranos and Holmes are at the heart of this victimization. And it's been weeks after weeks of the Elizabeth Holmes trial, but there's one question on our hearts. Will she survive this one? Before we dive straight into the trail update, let's give the young woman some credit. I mean, this isn't the first crime in the 21st century, is it? Still, falsification to this dishonorable level cannot be left undealt with. To begin with, this is not just a case of wire fraud. There have been mixed feelings over what could have caused the once respected CEO of Theranos to present lies in the name of fame and credibility for a concept so delicate even medical scientists, with acknowledged high-level certifications, were yet to have a say on. However, we are confident that a more gratifying effort will be put into validating such promising discoveries as the finger prick blood test in the future. From the start, a lot has been left in the shadows with uncertainty surrounding the truth, but now, will every truth will come to light? Well, we think they will. Not only investors of Silicon Valley are abruptly, at the moment, shattered, but thousands of patients that became a part of this falsehood have their lives toyed with. At the very least, everyone will agree that she can't go unpunished. Theranos was mistaken for a credible company, one that everyone hoped would impact the world in a new way. Unfortunately, it was all another well-fabricated hoax. The many pieces of evidence that elaborated the level of falsification of the Theranos credibility included printing logos of well-known medical institutions, such as Pfizer, on medical reports to prove its legitimacy and credibility, faking experiments and disallowing workers who knew the instability of the Theranos product from sharing honest opinions or simply dispelling them, misleading claims, including one that involved a contract with the U.S. military. These and more would be thoroughly investigated without second thoughts during the trial. 12 highly capable jurors would be in charge of her case. Their intentions would be unshaken, and even private text messages that could expose the truth behind the accusations prosecutors leveled against her would be taken into account. One thing was certain in their minds. What's her big celebration all about anyway? Figure it out already? Well, let us know what you think in the comments section ASAP. The trial. Denise Yam, Theranos financial controller, became the first witness at the trial. According to gathered data, the company made losses for half a decade or more. Theranos made losses of $16.2 million, $27.2 million, $57 million, $92 million from 2010 through to 2013 respectively, and by 2015 it had accumulated a loss of $585 million. However, the investor documents forecasted revenue of $140 million for 2014 and $990 million for the year 2015, even though Theranos had escaped years of financial auditing. Next was former Pfizer scientist Shane Weber. Weber testified that Elizabeth used the company's logo in investor materials without the company's permission. This happened to be part of a way to make Theranos appear more credible. This would later prove successful as Walgreens became a victim of this falsification by investing $140 million into Theranos. Former Theranos employee Erika Cheung was the next witness to take the stand, and she revealed something even bigger. Erika revealed that although Theranos had broadcasted during one interview that its device could do over 1,000 tests with a drop of blood from a single finger prick, in reality, the device could do just 12, and even the results it produced were neither promising nor convincing enough to talk of consistency. The machine produced inconsistent and inaccurate results and failed various tests of validity, which conspicuously left Theranos running back to traditional third-party machines. Unfortunately, it was either that or Theranos executives had the results manipulated. Guess what they called her now? The key whistleblower in the Holmes trial. Now you know Chinese are not just good at karate. If you're still with us, hit that subscribe button. We have more coming. Now, clearly, things aren't going too well for the Theranos CEOs. Still, another witness by the name of Audra Zachmian, a nurse practitioner, testified to the case. She made emphasis on the high inaccuracy rate of the Theranos machine. She expressed her discomfort with the usage of the services of the devices and disclosed how results from the machine suggested her pregnant patient, who supposedly eventually lose her baby when eventually her patient successfully delivered a healthy baby, off as a rare case of luck. But everything would come to light when all the pieces come together in the end. The Theranos CEO's, Elizabeth Holmes, took the stand for 7 days. During her days of trial, she continually pleaded not guilty to charges. Instead, she pushed the blame on her former business partner and ex-boyfriend Sunny Balwani over financial document falsification and abuse. In her defense, all these affected her mental state and performance. She would also condemn the Theranos board and its scientific advisors for the company's downfall. Prosecutors would not turn a blind eye to her sort of lifestyle and luxurious living. Elizabeth was indeed living up to her fame as one of the youngest billionaires in the history of Forbes magazines, among other popular avenues and listings. Traveling by private jets and staying in luxurious hotels, not to mention shopping, and even over-reliance on assistance from others were a few of her lifestyle choices. Not so bad when you think about. Elizabeth was accused of several crimes of defrauding patients, investors, and conspiring to commit fraud. Hopefully, this time justice will be served as expected. A link to the verdict will be provided in the description. You can follow up as soon as possible. Meanwhile, there would be one crucial question that the panel of jurors would try to answer. Did Elizabeth become a victim of failure in her attempt to save lives, or did she deliberately plan to fraud investors without considering the innocent lives that could be endangered? That's it for today, guys. We hope you learned a great deal of information from this video. Before you go, why don't you stay up to date with our videos? It's really simple. Hit the bell icon and you'll know right away when our videos drop.